glad that the brothers on the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house. Levitating now, I'm super duper fly now. London boy, but DC where I reside now. Put the time in while you always yelling time out. And for quit it, cause I know I'm coming with it. You were sitting, you were wishing I was handling my business. Now I got the ball like Harry Potter playing Quidditch. And my business so humongous, you would think that happens in there. Oh man, I'm all that, yeah, I'm all that. Looking for that whip, yeah, that what you call that. I'ma blow up in the summer, have him yelling fall back. And I've always been ahead like an effing ball cap. Man, I came in the game like, whoa. Got a couple chains on me cause I like gold. They told me I'm the best and I told them I know. Cause when I'm in your town, every ticket I sold. Yeah, they saying I'm the man. Facts, bro. Lot of haters, tell me where they at though. I'm the new pop, all I do is rap though. Want me on your song, throw a couple stacks, yo. Everybody wanna do the same thing. That's why we ain't on the same.
Hello and welcome back, friends. We are back here with another friendly scrim. I am your host, Caparzo, and today we have a fantastic match ahead of us. The 1st Infantry Division, playing the Allies, will be taking on 508P, playing the Germans here on Carentan train station. So these two teams, first is kind of undergone a little bit of a revamp recently, and to be quite honest with you, I don't know a ton about 508P. They have been around the scene for quite some time, and always an interesting team to catch a scrim of. So definitely looking forward to this one here on train station. Should be underway in just a little bit here as players finish loading in, but it's been an incredible weekend so far in competitive Hell Let Loose. We've had 3 fantastic matches last night in the Summit tournament. I was lucky enough to cast myself the EXO versus 3-5 match, where EXO stamped their ticket to the Summit and won that one on Foy night 3-2. We also have the 22nd winning on Utah 3-2. And then finally, 9PZ beating Rofs 3-2 on Purple Heart Lane. And that one was, I think, the gem of the weekend, honestly. It was caught up with that one this morning. And what an upset by 9PZ. And I don't mean upset in that they weren't favored to win or that they weren't a team that was thought of that could win. But an upset in that they were able to pry Grout Pillbox back from Rofs, who were playing the Allies, on Purple Heart Lane, which is not an easy thing to do, especially with the constant pressure that Rofs was able to keep up most of the game. So if you guys didn't get to see that one, catch up with Grey Hat on his Twitch. That was a great match to catch up with this morning. But let's see our player count here. We are 44 to 49, so we just need 6 more players on the first side. That's a team that I'm casting from their perspective, I guess you can say. They will be rolling with 50 because myself is in the caster slot. So 49 versus 49 between the teams of players who are competing, though. A little bit later, we will be joined by Snow. He's on his way back, and he's going to be joining us midway through this, or maybe we'll even catch him a little earlier if this takes a little bit to start. So look forward to that. We'll be on the call here together, but for now, just me, and we can talk a little bit about Train Station. So if you were to ask me, I would probably argue that this one is a little bit more German favored, just because of their way into the point is kind of like a funnel where it starts big and gets small, and they can really have a lot of different ways into the point from train station. And for the Germans, it's kind of the opposite way, where they're kind of funneled through a couple different alleys to get into train station in order to make an impact. One interesting thing about train station, and I can speak from personal experience here, is that because the hard cap is so close to a cap sector where you're not putting your weight in for the cap, you can really surprise some teams if you're able to get garrison up here somewhere and surprise the enemy team by getting some quick spawn waves in there. That's something that I experienced against Rofs a couple of years ago when we played this match or this map, and caught us by surprise, and they were able to flip train station that way. So these sorts of sectors here just north of the point are just as important as the other ones. We can expect to see some fighting for this manor house over here, and we do get a map flip. So we're going to be joining Dunn's squad here at the start for the first and get up into admin cam. So she is item squad. We'll jump in, get underway. So as far as the offset points here, or I'm sorry, the fourth and second points, we have derail train and rail crossing. So with that, going to be offset for 508p. So that's a little bit of a more difficult thing to do when you're having to defend an attack across such a wide line. Meanwhile, the first will have derailed train, so a little bit easier of a spot to be in. So let's pull on over here and see what we can see as this match starts up. So as often is the case in these competitive organized matches, you might see some snipes here at the start. So as far as train station, there's quite a few spots along the railroad track that the German team can be sniped at here at the start. Similar situation on the Allied side. So we'll see where these trucks line up. We'll get a good idea as things develop here and the teams kind of get to their starting positions. If you were to ask me, what my prediction is for this one, I would say that this is probably going to be a close match. I think first, as a more experienced team, or and knowing the practice that they put in, would be my subtle favorite. But I still think this is going to be a good one. As far as rules, we're playing with the Summit/TPL rule set, so no Panther tank for the Germans, only one man unkillable artillery, and there will be indestructible nodes. So in addition to that, there'll be no 5-0ing for the first hour, so expect to see this one go at least 60 minutes. If we pop open our map, we can see first going heavy on the road here, so if 9PZ has any snipes planned, potentially a good opportunity. We see another couple trucks just offset going towards the south. 2 trucks looks like going south, 1 more in the north. On the 508p side, heavy on the railroad track, and maybe we'll start the camera off looking here, because if first has anything, this can be really, really damaging to 508p. Other than that, let's see if we can't look down. They have a truck on the map edge. They have nothing out here in the north, maybe just a couple SLs gonna maybe probe out over there, but most of the manpower gonna be on this road, so we'll see if first has anything planned for that. I don't disagree with the tactic, it is the fastest way, but we'll see if that comes back to bite him. We are underway, first versus 508p. Alrighty, nothing just yet. Lots of trucks coming in for the first. So we'll back off here. Not seeing any snipes going out for 508p side. Although we do have a couple ATs, I believe, up on top of that truck. These trucks just sending it down the railway. First trucks should come into view here in a moment. And the first cap pressure goes briefly to 508p. Looks like the opening snipes did not hit anything here. And 508p is in a really good spot, on their side of the point here. Initial flare goes out, is going to catch that massive horde, so look for artillery to start to adjust as first makes their way into the point. Really good work by this truck driver over here, getting a little bit more towards the first side of this hard cap, and going to maybe get a little bit of a crossfire up. going down the line, 508P playing it very disciplined with the line. First, capturing the manor house already, which is a given, but at the same time important to do. First, now getting a bit of cap pressure going their way. Artillery beginning to fall as cap pressure continues to go the way of the first. You got Serious Joker holding out, but going down to Heavy Metal, who's in a really nice spot. We have first kind of owning the north side here, which we talked about before as being important, but 508P with a ton of hard cap pressure in here as well. Let's see if we can't get a little bit closer eye on how crazy this is in here, and that is a lot of hard cap. Stewart is in a nice position to start farming some of those outposts and taking them out, which will be massive for the first here. First line extending all the way to the map edge. Dangerous territory if you're 508P, if you allow yourself to get wrapped and the map control garrisons to go up right away. And Fuzz in a really good spot. Let's join on with Fuzz and see if we can go first person, and we can, as he bandages. Is taking some shots. Fuzz going down. Soul, I believe, there, who has that FG-42 sniper. We all know how crazy good that gun is, and first is closing in on a cap here. And I would say here, like, nothing flashy the first did. It was just a disciplined opener, kind of went for their map control. Everyone got to where they needed to be, and they were able to soft cap, or out soft cap, some of that incredible hard cap pressure that 508P had. As that strong cap situation cools off, we have Will Scott up here with the MG. What is he looking at? Oh, just down the line here. And that's a pre-planned spot for him, and that's going to make it very difficult for anything to come in from the south. Or, yeah, the south here for 508P. We have our medium. For first, still hanging up here, looking towards Mount Halay, where I believe that is the enemy medium. Yes, it is, ladies and gentlemen. So enemy medium is going to be cruising up this south side, but you can see Salem, you can see all these squad leaders here that are going to call that out, and we'll look to see if this medium adjusts to peek him, which it looks like he is right now. You see that green. And I think this medium for the Axis has HE put in his tube right now. So it's going to be caught in a really, really poor position here as the medium gets the first shot and takes him out. So big play by the first medium there, taking out the opening Panzer IV. And that's one less thing for all these first infantry to worry about. We do see 508P infantry starting to make a little bit of a play into the hard cap here. Thrower, Hazel, Rope Irons, Krieger. We also see this Stewart in a great spot as well to kind of hold this out. Let's back up here just a bit. I do love how 508P is not losing sight of what's important over here. Borat, Hags, Whopper, Nemo, and Taco going to be going at it over here. For those who don't know, Borat is a YouTube content creator for Hell Let Loose as well, and his videos are immaculately done. I highly suggest you guys go check out Borat's videos, particularly if you want to get involved in Comp Hell Let Loose. He has a great kind of starter's guide for you guys out there who are wondering how to get involved. So shout out Borat. Cirrus Joker gonna play cutoff over here. Odysseus goes down in his Stewart, which is gonna help out 508P quite a bit in being able to kind of pressure that hard cap again. We do see this medium had a engineer next to him. I don't see any sparks though, so I think he's okay. This north side though, beginning to get a little bit busy for the first. You see that squad or two out to the left of our screen. We see the squad right in the middle, and we see the squad to our right. Now making a nice concerted effort, working together, moving into the point here. And we might see a bit of cap pressure begin here, folks. Remember, those guys on the left side are out of soft cap, so you know, maybe it's not as much as it looks like right now, but we are certainly getting there. This medium going to be very important for 508P to take out. Do we see our first heavies going up on the map? There's a little bit of cap pressure, as we saw. No garrison on the point. We have a garrison to the north that, I mean, they might be able to space it over here. We don't see a heavy coming out yet, at least that I see. We do see some infantry beginning to make their way into rail crossing, but right now train station is beginning to get lost. Let's see if we could hop on board here with Goose. Oh, and Goose dies immediately. That was the quickest curse I've done with the POV admin cam since it's released. Bit of lag. A little bit more than a little lag. A lot of lag. My goodness. Let's sit still here and let it figure itself out for a moment. Looks like it's... Oh, alright. We're back. .508P with still a ton of manpower up towards the north here. It's going to come down to Tech, Fuzz, and then Whopper if they're able to kind of cut this in half here. I think we hear a tank. Going over a mine, in fact. So that's a big play by, or I think that might have been these MGs or ATs over here rather than. That's why you want at least a couple rockets for these sorts of situations. But strong point getting contested. We have Borat, Slap, Winters, Pickles all kind of on here. Only Sledge, Nemo, Meat, Kaz over there now just spawning to the south. And let's see how this we're in the medium obviously, but if you're rope irons over here, you got to get this medium down like ASAP. Steak as well. I think this medium is trying to shoot over here. I don't know if he is able to, though. I think he might be able to. OP going up from Salami. Bombing run is coming in for 508P. And that's going to land on the back line. There is our first heavy that we see. Doesn't look to take out the garrison, so first still, not in a bad situation. We have this heavy supporting the medium. Medium takes a shot. Not sure exactly from where. Five OAP still threatening. We have Fuzz gonna try to do a little bit of a flank here. Uh-oh. Using the bar. Able to take out Stake. See just how laggy it is. Takes out 2. He's gonna need a reload. So 1v3 now it looks like. Gonna peek Pickles. Gets him. What a clip here by Fuzz right now. Before going down to Artie. But what a life by Fuzz. Getting a couple on this flanking, but not quite able to get the OP, unfortunately. We do have Crank and Tech now kind of moving in from behind. At the same while, we have some cap pressure beginning on Rail Crossing. This is Dunn's squad back here. Let's see where their OP is. Just below us, there's Horse and Jerd. See if they can locate it. Just behind this wall here. I think they're looking to set up a garrison, in fact. But Dunn should be able to get back in. Oh, look at this. MJ Smelt in a really good spot to surprise this Tiger. Just mistimes it, but is now in a foot pursuit. Oh, one shot goes into the Tiger. Not exactly sure where that was from, but midpoint is being threatened. It's another shot into the Tiger. I think that's from the 76. And it does go down, so before he's even able to arrive at the battle, and that's really good work by Dunn and MJ over here. Able to get those advanced pings and that 76 taking advantage. Really good play. But that's not going to help first right now on the point, as it is being captured. On at least the razor's edge of being captured. Both these tanks are now back into the fray for the first, which is going to make this even more difficult for 508P. We still have these couple OPs that are lingering over here that is really causing the first some issues. Been a really interesting battle here so far. And some of these OPs are set up like, you know, the mid cap is still going on with how many 508P are maintaining their presence inside the point. If you're first, you gotta, you know, maybe take that medium and just, you know, dive it into the point to try to wipe some of these outposts. At the very least, you should probably try to do that over here and wipe some of those outposts. Because now cap pressure is beginning again. This is a ton of weight in the hard cap here, ladies and gentlemen. Probably over 20 weight. So for the first that are outside of here, really it's those guys in the south that are, you know, at least maintaining this right now. And there he is, Mr. Snow. Welcome, sir.
Let me in.
We are in the middle of a really solid game so far. 20 minutes have elapsed. First captured first on a train station here on Carentan as the Allies. But 508P now putting a ton of pressure back on after being initially cleared. So it's been a fun one.
Good.
We talked a little bit about some of the matches from yesterday, before this match.
Yeah, crazy. Until Mojo's stream gets cut off.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch that one. I watched the Rofs one this morning. But that one was also crazy.
Yeah, I thought Nazi was going to get done for early in the game.
Pillbox is just so difficult, so, But right now we have a couple outposts up here in the hard cap for 508P, but they're now being zeroed by artillery.
It seems like First has really good map control in the south, especially.
Yeah, I'll pop the map open for you just so you can get an appreciation here. We have a couple red zones up already by rail crossing, too. This is Dunn squad over here, who is causing a lot of chaos. One of her ATs, MJ, earlier was just laying down next to the train tracks, like way down there, and got a Tiger as he was rolling out. Wasn't able to get the kill, but through the pings that we saw, because I'm in their squad, you can see it just getting pinged and pinged and pinged. Then the Allied 76 over here peeks and takes him out from like very long range. It was a beautiful sight.
508P needs to spread out and get some south control, and they could really flip this cap.
Yeah, that's what I was explaining just a moment ago. Like, this looks like a ton of hard cap, but like some of these guys might not even be in soft cap. Oh, they barely are, but some of this area, the hard cap is being entirely negated by what First has over here in the south. Excuse me.
508P's capturing it.
Yeah, and this is a ton of hard cap weight. This is like a massive amount. Oh, P-strike. Looks like it went right through the tank there. That is crazy.
No explosion.
No explosion. Man, they need to fix that, because as a commander, that's like such a skillful thing to be able to do. Like, it's such a coordinated maneuver to be able to accurately P-strike a tank. And then to get it and it not work because T-17, then it's just nightmare.
Yeah. I think he may have backed up slightly. It was a miss, but it looks like the damage still got done to the tank.
So this looks like just good old-fashioned sending the whole team. I checked the map to see like if it was maybe because First had a spawn wave on that red zone and the manpower wasn't here, but no, it's the opposite. It's 508P full sending it for the mid.
But this is the problem when you only have hard cap control. They're able to just...
Each artillery shell that lands in a good spot, too, is like something that takes a massive amount of pressure away. But look at this right now. This is brutal right now for the First. They just need to stabilize. Oh, that's a big artillery shell that lands over here. And this is their garrison, I believe. Yeah.
Look at the bodies.
And this is going to be a 508P cap. And let's see the map now, and we'll check in just a few seconds after the cap. It's a lot of setup work by the First that has just been undone. 1 OP goes back up, 2 OPs go back up. Some cap pressure already at derailed, nothing to be super concerned about right now. Only 2 OPs have gone back up thus far, one of them being a recon, so...
For 508P, you gotta know that, hey, we got some pressure, now let's spread out and try to get some control on the map.
Yeah, that's a lot of people for to spawn over here.
Accurate spawn point.
Yeah, that's
pretty close.
Yeah, they must know that they have another garrison over here. 508P does so. But for now, like, what's going on over here? Is it just like, oh,
the tank,
the Lux? What do we have over here? What did they ping earlier? Let's see.
It was an outpost ping, but I think he just meant for that Gary. Maybe it's some supplies falling. Sure.
Sure, first looks to be reacting to something here, but 50 AP gonna set up nicely. Let's take a look at the map again. We see another couple OPs up. George Squad's outpost is hot. Let's check in with Salem. I think this is Salem Squad. Yeah, they lost their OP as a matter of fact. Oh wait, nope. It's Sledge and the boys over here. We hear a Panzer IV, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, there he goes. Please be careful. First it's just stacking their tanks on that red-blue line, it looked like.
Yeah, there's still 2 heavies up there, and we'll join that fight here in a second, because that's going to be very important. This, this P4 better slow his roll, because he is entering a very dangerous territory for a medium tank.
He's lucky that box is covering him
Yeah,
right now.
yeah, and that train car, yeah, the boxcar, yeah. Alright, he's gonna pull up there very wisely, decides to pump the brakes.
How if you'd like to see him spread out more, especially with right post cap. Seems like everyone's just trying to sit hard cap.
Yeah, there's a little bit of spread now that we're seeing over here. These guys definitely need to go over there to the south, but this is a spot that definitely Will's prepped ahead of time. Will's been just kind of laying down with the MG right here, and you kind of could just cut off anything that 50AP wants to do going from the south side of the map. Salem with a nice couple shots.
Tommy gun, headshot magnet.
Does he have an angle?
That would've been crazy if he did.
I was gonna say, I learned something. Oh, of course. Under the ground.
Perfect work with the MG though.
Yeah.
You, one other person in your squad, getting the MG, you can cut off a lot.
See, Reigns is gonna make a really good play here and decide to go around. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
That's like what my STG is like, and then other people's STG, it's like completely different. Will's gonna
I don't know if the
Rambo it.
recoil was just fucking it and we can't see that. That's why it was missing or what?
Let's see if Mac can get this outpost. Looks like he might be able to. Phil Graves goes down in the truck as well. Outpost is burned. Oh wait,
That's
not
huge.
quite. Not quite. Outpost still lives. The artillery saves it. First gonna reclaim this mansion though, which is very impressive to do that before 50AP was able to capture it themselves. And I think as far as the long play of the game, that's gonna be big. Oh, 50AP actually did have an outpost here, but or a garrison.
Quickly get surrounded.
This is a big play if see if Texas is able to.
I don't think he knows he's there.
Cedric is gonna have called that out though. And I imagine he's in a squad with Django. Django's gonna hear it on the wall now.
Come on, Texas. Look at your map.
Django takes out the garrison. Big plays down here in the south by Django as she goes against the entire enemy team. Or most of 50AP down here, reinforced now by
Begging for that tank.
yeah. Django on a tear. What a play.
Taking that house.
Yep.
Not sure what the medium's doing, but I'm just gonna see what he does. Maybe he's trying to get a flank.
Phobos. He's got a satchel. He does. Satchel's on. Stepsis takes him out almost immediately. Let's see if she's able to get the satchel off.
A lot of women on the first.
Yeah. They corner the console hell let loose competitive
Female.
gamer girl community. Yeah. Some cap pressure now coming in for the first. I believe they're just pushing forward these tanks a little bit. Yep, indeed. They took out that medium a bit earlier. Dent trying to get some rockets into the tank, and you know, it's easy to clown on people being like, oh, you shot the heavy in the front, but like it does work to make them go away. Like just to like, it's a psychological effect. The TC is not enjoying being shot at. It's like shooting a heavy with the Lux. Like, it's not effective, but it's annoying.
Everything shakes. You can't hear anything.
It's obviously not as good as that as far as annoyance, but it doesn't make a tank want to stay by while it's getting targeted by rockets, even if the rockets aren't doing damage to them.
Watching this is almost like watching like a game like 2 years ago, how it used to be played. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it's a little bit more scattered right now, but I think First is trying to get some form back. The one thing that I would like to see First do is get a bubble of infantry. Like 1.5 of these guys ideally should just be up here with the tanks and just die a million times if that's what it takes, but you just need to be up there with them. I think Kaz and Kev over there are doing a good job kind of getting that cross fire action for them. But if they're able to kind of stack these tanks with infantry, they'd be able to capture here in the next like 5 minutes. Even so, cap pressure beginning.
I think they dropped the airhead as well.
They did. It's in flight. Yep. Bombing run will be coming in as well. It looks like Steiner and Thrower and Premium are aware of that airhead. Don't quite see where it's coming in.
This guy's gonna drop on that or that smokes.
Yeah. There it goes. Airhead lands.
Perfect smoke on there.
Oh, and Steiner just misses it. I think Slapper sees it as well. He's gonna run in there. He's cooking a grenade. He's throwing a grenade. Don't know if it's gonna land close enough.
The bombing run may get him.
No, that was a smoke. See if Thrower is able to get it. It's warm right now, but open. Heavy's gonna get it. Heavy locks it out.
Doesn't see it. Oh, I see.
Oh no, Heavy would have. Oh no!
Oh no!
Gets saved by the tank. It's still hot because of Premium, but otherwise this is open. Rocket comes in, just misses it again. Big spawn wave. Heavy takes out a couple. Crank takes out Premium before getting killed by his own tank.
I would like to see some party coming in for this, if you know.
Yeah.
The airhead was there.
See this tank start splashing that factory too, you know what I mean?
That's perfect. Bounce an HE off there, let your infantry push up with you.
Airhead continues to spawn, big stuff, and it is open, so that's going to give a lot of confidence to the first here. As far as 508P, they look to mostly be coming from the blue line. Do they not have a garrison around here? Oh, they do have a garrison. I expect to see a massive spawn wave here in a moment. Just a couple.
2 people.
All right. Bombing run
just enough.
coming in for 508P now. Expect that to be down the train tracks here. Yep. Well-placed bombing run. Heavy now getting a little bit more involved. I'd love to see a rep station get built right on this corner for them. Or better yet, in here. That'd be fantastic. Get 2 in there. Get 3 in there.
Okay, before that.
You know what? I'm getting out of Ammon Cam. I gotta build a rep station.
Yeah, hop side there. Here, I got you.
I got you. I can't see the spot not with 3 rep stations in it. That's a good spot. Screenshot that one for later. It's very obvious. You're gonna get it.
Next round, we play Legion on Carentan. And this is what.
Yeah. I was gonna say, do we know the matchups for next round yet or no?
Not as yet. I think they're still waiting on stuff to get made.
When it before it started, I checked, but I figured there was a chance that during this match they would release that. .508P able to repel that pressure. That bombing run came in clutch. His tank forced to back up. And I think a lot of... Sorry?
I like that, like you mentioned, how you wanted to see first control that little ditch road. Now 508P is really controlling it now.
Yeah, over here too, I think that this is where a lot of that like pressure came from just a moment ago, and 508P recognizing that, and looks like they're adjusting accordingly. But now,
say that, and
yeah, exactly. Now it seems like they kind of coming in from the north. It looks like a little bit of a mess right now with these front lines, but I think that's because these guys snuck around 508P, and 508P is playing a little bit more of the blue line. No danger on derailed yet. Ooh, what was this? Just a truck, okay. Premium.
Maybe if I could afford it, I would maybe try to get a little pressure on their
Look at this.
second point.
Look at this here.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to know about it. Yeah, look at this. This guy's in a rock and a hard place. Get satcheled or just get annihilated by the tank. Ooh, that's
the wall.
the wrong wall.
Satchel.
Resnal's important battle here.
What's up to you, Clint?
Need a miracle.
Oh, man.
And Han shot
Worst
first.
feeling the gunner can have.
Yeah.
He's just sitting there.
Well,
Boom.
I do like that play with the medium. I mean, I think 9PZ might, or I'm sorry, 9PZ, 508P might be down a little bit with the fuel, so using their mediums that they're being given.
Mojo would approve.
Of course, yeah.
I like this play with the tank. Though.
Yeah, this is exactly what they needed to do earlier with, bringing them up. Unfortunately, he's kind of like getting, it's a yin-yang here on this train tracks with who controls what. Sledge, though. Ooh, what just hit him?
That rocket from Pickles.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a... Gonna get 2 into him. Sledge. Alright, now it's very dangerous territory. We have Red Steiner going to be coming in with a satchel, I believe.
Now you get the hell out of there. Your infantry dies.
Yeah, here's Kyle and Kyle's crew, and let's see. Quite a bit of first around him. Oh, no! That is the most stressful time during a game, is when you're placing a satchel on a heavy. Just praying. Good work here by Fuzz, Kev, and Goose protecting their tank. As well as Tech and Cream coming in from behind as well. Look at that. Good control being reestablished on this north side of the track. South is also being worked on, and very impressed by the first here in how they're capping here. I was discussing before you joined, like before the match started even, that the north is a very important area for both teams to hold, because you can get some hard cap pressure, like by just jumping across that that line. It goes from no cap pressure to a lot of cap pressure very quickly.
Yeah, once you have that side, you can look down the tracks to see any armor that's coming down. You just get so much.
Oh, Red Steiner's back. Kev. This tank guy, I think it's just a 2-man right now. Yeah.
If you're 508, you're in a tough spot. You can pull people from the north down to help, but you're going to lose that north side.
And this tank is in a dangerous spot too. If he goes past this wall here, I mean, even here is dangerous because they can get behind him very easily. Gotta worry about the side pens as well.
Here comes the pickles.
Yep. Just go for the engine, is he? Oh, Stepsis jumps out. With the TC down, so that's gonna really, really hurt their visibility. Ed. Oh my god, Ed.
Oh my god. Pickle's just playing it slow. He knows he's there. He has rockets. Work with your engineer, maybe knock the motor out, and then you can get a sap.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Probably should have hit 2 into him just to like bug him out even, you know? Yeah. Potential engine kill moment. Oh.
Did he hit a mine?
I think
And he gets ran over.
this driver doesn't even realize. Oh, J-Mac. And that's a good spot to get a satchel down. And I don't know if they know.
No, they don't have a TC.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, their other tank is probably telling them. Gamer,
Yep.
yeah, they know. And that's gonna do it for this tank.
Oh, dude.
Well played by 508P there. Oh, an airhead. Airhead just appears in front of us. This is the first airhead. Right next to 508P's garrison. Agent J just doesn't realize how important he needs to just stay alive, really. And get this airhead to spawn.
Run. Running.
Oh! His grenades coming in clutch. Yeah, Agent playing it very smart here. Oh no, Grunt.
I don't think he knows.
And Red Steiner, I don't believe he knows. But he's locking it out. Whether he knows or not.
Random rocket. I almost hit it.
It's unlocked. Uh-oh. He didn't know, he didn't have $5 to get in. But Cap is going to be secured here, it looks like, by the first.
Maybe he's about to farm the hell out of this area to come around. Meanwhile, looks like first is taking the point.
Yeah, and that's the second cap flip. First regaining control at rail crossing. They already have a couple garrisons in a good spot to attack. Doing a good job of clearing the point.
It was first taken the right way to attack. It's already setting themselves into a good position to put more pressure.
Yeah, let's see Phil Graves over here in the commander seat for the first. We see Sapper Best spawning at the garrison, and if Phil is able to take out this garrison as well, Sapper is gonna maybe hear him. Oh, maybe not.
Is this a scrim comparison? Or is
Yeah,
this like,
yeah, this is just a scrim. The only rule is that they weren't allowed to 5-0 within an hour, but seeing as how competitive this game has been, I'd be surprised to see a 5-0.
I agree.
Heavy. Takes him out.
Actually, mildly surprised on 508P's part. They were going through like a lot of changes at one point, so first is not a bad team either.
First impressed with their, playing 35s in TPL and then now playing 49s in Summit. I think that more teams, shouldn't be afraid of if you feel like you don't have the competitive roster for 49s. And this goes for more like non-TPL leagues, because in non-TPL leagues, you play against the full pool of teams rather than, match-maked against skill level, or at least, attempted to get near peer opponents. But don't be afraid to drop down to 35s, play that a little bit, build your roster, get a little good morale and momentum going with some wins there, and then expand it to 49. We've seen 2 of the top 4 teams, I'd say, right now.
Top 6 came from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough being, say, like you're a brand new team, you're in, like, say, Winter War League, and your very first game you're playing Taka or somebody.
Yeah, it's very discouraging, but at the same time, it is those teams that have those experience and learn from it, or, at least try to learn from it, are the ones that are going to be successful. If you just get discouraged and you're like, well, I'm quitting, or I'm going to another team, then it's much more difficult. But look at this, finding the Garrison 508P with the Puma.
Little plays like that, though, you got 40 minutes left, that'll definitely help a ton.
Oh yeah, we've only had half the match occur so far, so plenty of time. We have some people from the first Dun squad kind of roaming around in the back here.
I wonder, is that old 8 done?
No, she's always been with the first.
Oh, okay, yeah. There was another one that was whole 21st.
Still looking pretty good, though. I think their garrison is still probably up. Yep. So no worries here. First working on just clearing out the front line, but at the same time, now 508P out here in the north. And that's how both of these teams have capped, in the 2 times, so. Yeah, like an OP in a spot like this is like very dangerous. Is this a garrison? Yeah, that's very dangerous.
Yeah. It's so hard to find.
That's exactly what Rofs did to 7th a long time ago on this map and point, and were able to cap train station back.
Oh, dude, that's been forever ago. For that.
Yeah, that was Summit 3. Now in Summit 5.
And it's just far enough away where it won't get
Right,
out.
right. And you see Borat now spawned in there too, so. I think, though, Taco, Tech, Cream, and Thunder are getting a little wise to it, though. And this is looking pretty good for 508P, but I'm also noticing some cap pressure over here. So let's see what kind of adjustment that 508P makes. But Stanky is on the garrison.
Yeah, he's going on here.
Oh! Gets the garrison, though. So let's see if Heavy, if they have any supplies around here to just build it back immediately, or he's going to need some supplies.
Tell you, Heavy's been around everywhere.
Yeah.
He was attacking. They had it, he was defending.
They do have 3 SLs here, though, so, she'll be able to get this fixed up pretty quick, but Here's Dunn and her squad pushing up in here now too. Jerd is going to probably get a box down. I think he just placed it. Hop up on the bike, Dunn. Chaos. Yeah. Sure, we'll see another garrison up here. If it's not already, I'm pretty sure they dump supplies. Midpoint is getting pressured, which we saw as we left it. And it's literally the exact same thing we saw happen earlier. I mean, when I said that this was going to be, you know, it was going to be important, the North, at the start of the game, I really didn't think we'd see it on display 3 times in a row.
Not sure who the squad leader is, but that OP that Ed and Phobius came off of is really good. Where that corner, where it flowed right into the point.
P still putting the pressure on. Well done. This has been an incredible game. I'm so happy I streaming this. Like, if we see another mid-cap flip, these guys should play every week. I'll stream them all.
This is also how both teams can get better too.
Have you watched any of Borat's videos? Private Borat over there?
No.
He has a great channel, dude. Like really high quality videos. I was talking about him earlier, but if you've not checked any of his stuff out, you definitely should. It's very good.
Shout out. I think they just lost their P4.
Yeah, they did. But are able to secure the point by just like blueberry horde rushing the hard cap, and they did it. I mean, now it's going again. Oh my goodness. The South is still in control of the first. We look at the map. First gets a couple outposts back up, so good job there. Dunn gets her outpost back up in the north for some of that flanking pressure. Also, the box there is like every time they lose the mid cap, her outpost is what's being used to set up that the red zone Gary to make pushing rail crossing off of flip very easy. So that's very clutch. Yes. We got meat over here just absolutely slaughtering. That was like 4 huge kills by meat.
Hazel did everything Hazel could to get rid of them.
Yeah. And just for all you out there, and this isn't meant as a slight to 50AP because we just saw them do it, but in general, guys, don't place your outposts or garrisons right up against walls like this, because then a guy from the first could be sitting right here with nothing to take it out but make it so you can't spawn it. And then even worse, in the case of an outpost, some guy can just be running down here and pop your outpost from through the wall. So try to offset those like 5 to 10 meters from the wall, even if it's kind of putting it in a more open area of a field. That's Caparzo's tip right there for you guys on a...
You might have to do your, like Smithers does, education.
No, it's so important, those little things. Like, how many times, I'm sure anyone who's thinking about playing this game competitively has had times during pub matches where they're just running and get an outpost that they didn't mean to get.
Oh, 100%.
So, another airhead by first.
Airhead.
Oh my goodness. And it looks like they're set up here to get it right back. We don't have an garrison there just yet.
Crazy game.
Really is. And cap pressure on 4th, but a little too late here for 508P as we are closing in on 1st, recapturing with ultimate south control, medium north control, but strong hard cap control. And it does go to the 1st. Let's see what we see as far as garrisons right away. Fortunately, Dunn looks like she lost her outpost, so that garrison won't be up right away, but maybe Jig Squad can do something. Garrison goes up to the north, garrison goes up to the south, so some quick work. We have the airhead that is reinforcing the hard cap for now, but that is being pinned down by artillery in a nasty way. We have our tanks pushing up as well now again. But Winters sneaking behind, gonna take out Joker.
It would be now. It's like EAT right now.
Yeah. Yeah, right now. I think his outpost might actually be up. Oh, and Jack Boy just comes up a little short. See if he's able to get the second one. Oh, no. Alright, gets the track. That's valuable. Pressure the tank. I think the outpost is in
going through
here.
all the buildings, like, let's see if we can get through something. I can get around it. Found that tank in a very bad position, though.
Yeah. It's gonna pop the outpost. Or not? Oh, there's a Lux creeping in the back lines. Does pop the outpost. Pickles, though, lives.
Playing possum with his satchel in his hand.
You guys are gonna be like, Nemo, he's chasing us. Oh!
Ooh!
That's a big hit. I'm not sure what that was with.
It's jumping right into all 508B's infantry too.
Oh, and this is dangerous. Borat now as well. I don't have a satchel. Just be patient, Borat. Don't let them see you until... Oh no, now Pickles.
Oh no.
The boy who lived from that outpost earlier. No, puts it on the ground on accident. Gonna have to pick that up.
Where's the rockets? Why is no one running AT?
Alright, this is, the point's getting lost again. Yeah. That's so funny.
I love Wake. Wake will find like a little storyline in the game and then stick with it.
It's important. You gotta have the storylines. First getting control again, and what happened here? This tank is still in a bad spot. Did Pickles get it on? Yeah, he did. Settles for the medium, it looks like. Bombing run comes down from 508P. Taking out the front door garrison here. You can see just how much manpower they're using over here. It's crazy.
Just punching a hole.
Let's jump on with meat because... Well, let's pause.
Okay.
We've seen him have some pretty good plays as squad lead, but Hazel's gonna pop his OP right away. Alright, well...
You're cursed.
I acknowledge that. Hazel with a big play. That's going to take Meats and Meats squad out of the fight for quite some time.
Is that an ammo box coming down?
I think that's just supplies. Yeah, just... Oh, wait, no, it is ammo. Alright. Point now being contested again.
Is this like the 5th? If the cap happens to be like the 5th time?
Yeah, this would be, so first capped, then 5OP, then first, then 5OP, then first, yeah. Crazy, dude. And we still have...
It's one of those games where, like, you're sweating when you finish.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, this is a two-shower type of scrim here. Borat pops an outpost. Let's give Borat some B-roll to use for his And if he's able to get up to this tank here, this would be massive. Artillery. It's going to be friendly artillery. Sees a spawn. Oh no!
His legs are still standing there, his body's gone.
And that would have been 2 outposts if he was able to cross the street here. It's the thin line in these matches, but 5OP continuing their march. Approaching half cap again on the point. This is incredible. And we still have a half hour left in this one.
Oh, dude, big already around on the bottom. Let's that entire spawn.
Oh, crazy Texan. Let's see. Just start shooting your STG and make him think you have it. See these spawn waves coming in. I think the bombing run coming in for the first. Gonna just sweep down this hard cap, which should stall this cap progress, I would wager. Gets 1, gets 2, gets 3. It does stall the cap progress, but I'm sure Phil would have liked to have seen more kills generated from that than it was. But if you're able to stall the progress, I mean, can't really complain, right? Buy your team a little bit of time. You see these spawns still going off heavy here. Borat must have identified it the way he's running back to this area. We have Riz God, Thrower, and Ed over here inside the point. Surge does see the outpost there, but Riz God takes him out. We have Goose, Fuzz, not seeing, but Salami, I think, is now going to be a little bit curious where those 4 guys just appeared from. Just 1 left, but Salami just charges the outpost, takes it down, really smart play, and then finishes it off. Really, really good play by Salami. And then paints a little picture with a grenade for good measure.
Impressed with this is the first time 5OP sent the house through the middle, and they haven't been able to cap.
Yeah, Eagle said in chat just a little bit ago that First is putting on a tanking clinic, and I would agree with that. I mean, I really can't recall the last time I saw a Tiger, and as I say that, I think this is one right here.
That's true. I haven't seen a Tiger, I don't think, since
We got 1 Tiger here and 1 P4 here, so I mean, the fact that we've seen as many P4s as we've seen shows that there's a lot of Tigers that are probably dying off screen to these 76s, so huge shout out to the first tankers here in this one, keeping their infantry free of heavy tanks. And we have Hazel, Taurus, J-Mac. Gonna be pushing up here through the meat grind again. Check in with Hazel. No weapon for Hazel. And it seems to me the Germans are more likely to have the issue than the Allies. Can't explain it, but... Surge.
Hopefully they do a quick patch.
Let's see if J-Mac, we can see it. There we go. And that just shows, like, in first person, you can see, like, that's a very reasonable thing to do, but if we were in admin cam, you'd be like, oh, Salami's right there. Oh my gosh. Sledge. Now we see Treasure. Gonna pressure the Stewart.
Ropey up. In a really good spot.
Oh wow, look at Ranger. Underneath.
Look at the rep station. Someone's watching the stream.
Oh yes, there we go. Making me very happy. I'd like it like vertical here though to help it from artillery a little bit more, but I mean it's gonna get artillery to death, but that's we're splitting hairs now. Cap pressure begins on rail crossing though, Snow, and this is something we've seen a couple times now. Let's see if first we'll finally be able to tip the scales over here. I think Taco Wolf might have taken out their spawn already, but Temp is gonna catch him from behind. Just Onslaught remains on the cap. Don Gotti says, up the big red one. Quite a bit of first now moving in from a couple different angles. We have this blue line garrison that is going to supply this push. First, beginning to establish a little bit of a front line. This is really the furthest up that they've been able to get. But at the same time, their back line still looks to be an issue.
It's just all off OPs. If 508
look at
knocks out
this.
1 or 2 OPs,
Yeah, I mean, and we're seeing it right now. Like, look, these all OPs are all stacked together. Takes one guy to, have a lucky life, and looks like there's a lot of people over here that can potentially be that one person. J-Mac gets one. J-Mac sees meat and takes him out. J-Mac with an opportunity here. Right, J-Mac. There's another outpost.
He's the same one that last time.
No, J-Mac. White Wedding. See if he can stop this. Oh, look at this, though. Snow.
This would be a huge play if he can get the set. Oh, he's going to get on top of him.
Oh, no. It's okay. It's okay. Gets
As
it.
a TC, it's going to be very hard to see him against that wall like that.
Stepsis might not even be looking, but the steward is going to have said, hey, dude, you got to be satcheled. Yep. Stepsis drops out.
Yep.
It's a big play. Man, if that satchel would have gone off, we would be in the middle of another pressure of middle. But right now, 5OP has a lot to worry about on defense. Another airhead comes in, Snow. I mean, is First have unlimited airheads this game? Did they select that option?
That's how it was with Anzer 22nd last night.
I gotta
like
watch that
airheads.
after this tonight. Oh, some mines going off, but looking pretty dangerous here.
This cap.
Yeah, I think they might. Bet you we will see a pretty large spawn on this airhead. As I would give, if I was the commander at First, just give my infantry carte blanche to spawn on that.
Oh my god, look at huge spawn wave.
Yeah, if you die, spawn on the airhead pretty much right now is what I'm saying. And 5OP launches. They're all going to get caught on flare, though. They're all going to get caught on flare. And right now, the artilleryman for first is sweating, trying to rotate and increase the range. We see the observe ping go out for done. We have Melts over there.
Grenades right on the gear.
Oh, Dent.
Damn. It went crazy down that alleyway. But if your first is exactly what you wanted,
oh, there we go! Onslaught! Don't run through your own fire. He's gonna have to be patient, but he's gotta be careful because he's gotta run at the same time. Run, Onslaught, go! Oh, he's bandaging. No! I want to see him get the Gary. Come on, dude, you got this. Oh, yes. He burns the outpost. That's big. Can't get around, I don't think, over here. Oh, my God.
Look at that. Where's the arty?
Oh, no, Onslaught. Oh.
I wish they exploded like when you shot them.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that... You see, look at Sneaky, though. Very sneaky indeed.
Oh, yeah.
Legendary spot on Carentan here.
You can
see, this
once you're on that house, you
to
can go
me
all the way around.
To me, this is not farming. Like, if you realistically can't, you can't realistically expect him to be able to take out the garrison. But holy crap, that last spawn wave is just was so important. Iowa saying in chat right now, what a fun match. I can't agree more, dude. This has been an incredible match. I think there's more midpoint changes during this game than happened all weekend in Summit so far. It's just been that kind of game.
Rewatch that Anzer game as soon as you get out of here.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really
definitely
fun.
well. We got done up here now.
Mojo's stream cutting out with 30 minutes left.
Did the result hold from whatever it was at that moment?
No. Well,
no?
Yes, it ended up failing, but it flipped like I think 4 times in 30 minutes towards the end.
That's my worst nightmare as a caster, for something like that to happen and then it be like a classic ending.
Yeah, we were into Summit VC, like, watching it, and then all of a sudden I hear Mojo's voice come in here. He's like, hey guys. I'm like, hey, where the fuck happened to your stream? You were just streaming. He's in here talking to us.
Oh no. He had to be so upset with himself. Maho's not happy.
Happens.
Onslaught. Oh! We need more of that flamethrower action. Free David, though. Ooh, Rizgod. Sniffs him out. It's a hilarious name. Let's take a look at the map here real quick. Looks like that flank squad's trying to get over here, build a garrison, open up something into Rail Causeway. We have a medium here reinforcing the cap. .508 P remains still heavily over here. We might see some cap wave begin here if they can deal with this medium. And there's the garrison.
Big spawn on chokers.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, that's the Gary. Oh,
Lux
is probably saying, I got the Gary. I didn't think I'd get there, Gary.
Oh, he's about to blow up.
Yeah, he's about to get
I can just see him
annihilated by
it. Oh, that medium may not have an angle on him.
Not yet. He won't until actually pretty late because he's on this side of the street. Yeah, he can go up. Here's the annoying thing.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Luck. but tons of infantry. This tank is in a dangerous position. .508P wrestling back control here, taking out that garrison by, oh my god, Tex just absolutely plasters Borat. That shotgun's so fun to use, but also extremely frustrating.
I fully agree. It's the definition of hit or miss.
100%. Bombing run coming in from first. And that will get quite a few. Yes, it does. I don't know how Pickles does die. But this is where all this pressure's coming from. They have a garrison in back. I wonder if this garrison's open. No, it's not. It's static. But it's not far away from being open, honestly. It's probably just the tank.
Yeah.
Still locked. Yeah, because, like, honestly, if that garrison was, like, over here by the white tank, it would be open, I think. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of outpost presence.
And flared again.
Yeah, what does that look like? Oh my gosh. They're all...
Yeah, they're all one by one.
Hop, 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 hop. And here comes the RD.
Now that the first recon always have a flare. We haven't seen hardly any flares from 508P.
They're certainly not as visible as the flares as we saw last night on Foy Night. That was crazy.
It
like
was so bright.
The sun. I mean, I was on 200% brightness. That's fair, but the sun descended upon us there on Foy Night. It was crazy.
Yeah, at one point I was watching at the end. They had shot like 2 red flares, 2 German flares.
Yeah.
It was just like the desert.
Onslaught again with the flamethrower. Let's. If you want to be caught on cam. Oh, okay. Well, that's no fun, Chaos. Come on, dude. Be sporting about it. Oh, Red Steiner. Does he have the satchel on? He's very sparky already, so I can't quite tell. Yeah. That might go.
It might go. Take that whole spot with them.
Will it? Will it? It does! That is massive, and I think this garrison's gonna be open now.
And immediately flip the cap too.
No, it's still staticky, I believe. But it's gotta be so close to being open. Like, what's... And a chance exists. I mean, look at all this cap weight. It's crazy right now for 508P. There's another flare going off, catching a lot of 508P. We're about to see a big spawn wave on this garrison for the first, I'd imagine, which is over here.
If I'm first RD man, I am just going up and down that road.
There's the spawn wave. Cap pressure continues for 508P.
If I was 508P, I would have someone try to get around them and maybe get a double cap going, get first out of position. At 11 minutes, kind of got to throw everything against the wall.
Yeah. We might see a quick airhead as well on train station by 508P. See if we can't.
Flamethrower onslaught.
Yeah, let's go, Onslaught. Keep it up. Hazel's having a great game as well. Private Ed might be able to lock out this garrison. Gets an OP. Just run through the door. There's so many OPs over here. Ed.
They carry you right there, Ed.
It's not locked either.
No.
Oh no!
You for waiting so long.
Oh, and they do get it. Any pressure here to speak of at train station? There is not.
Dude, airhead right now.
I don't even know where you do it. Like, probably like here.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. Airhead like here. Because it's going to take them a little bit to like weave around there. It's going to be like down to sneaky. We don't know what their manpower situation is, though. We've obviously seen quite a bit of airheads this game. They might not have one up.
So be careful and hold the point.
Yeah, and we see that with the first already putting some cap pressure on. Yeah, Eagles, and this is something I've heard JPL say as well, but if you're wearing gloves, it messes up the POV camera. I would not be surprised if that was the answer. So let's test that right now. So we got gloves on this guy. So, oh, I don't know, man. That seems to be the case. Sample size of 1. This guy has gloves too. Let's see. Yeah, no camera.
I think I saw someone say that they have gloves on.
See, does Joker have gloves? No, Joker's dead, so. What about Ed? Does Ed have gloves? He doesn't. And it works. I don't know. We might be onto something here, Eagles. Yeah. Have Panzer IV rolling up. It would be great if you went first person on a tank, if you can see the gunner POV.
I know, dude. That would be so good.
That or TC. I'd settle for TC, but I think gunner would be really really helpful for when you have those situations where it looks like they should be able to see each other, but they aren't shooting at each other.
I would. Yeah, the other night with the 6th and Legion game,
right.
Just assault POV, and he took out the 3 tanks.
That was so good. He had to be riding a high in the debrief after that one, even if you know lost.
Yeah, they were just upset because. He said it took us an hour and a half to get a tank kill. We got 3.
When it rains, it pours. Just 8 minutes left. Realistically, just 6 minutes left for 508P to get some pressure on train station. Right now, let's take a peek over here. I think, we do see a bit of pressure coming in on the front door. See if we get a bombing run airhead here in the next, 5 minutes.
That's just...
Yeah, that's...
Sepsis is a very, combative PC. He's out there just holding his thing.
I think that takes out the frontline presence here. Trapper, I think, takes out the supplies. They had a garrison, I think, that the greatest took out. And it's really going to come down to these guys coming from Mount Halei. It's going to come down to any sort of commander abilities we have at the end. We'll just have to wait and see. Let's see what...
Tank mode just got respawn.
The greatest, no gloves. Oh, opportunity here. Just coming up empty on those couple shots. We have an MG by Chaos. But Will Scott back up in his spot as well.
We've gone full circle.
Yeah, we have.
The MG versus the MG.
Yeah, Chaos able to use that MG42 there.
J-Mac, he can get a satchel on this tank here.
I think he does get it.
Stepsis.
This will be like the 4th one that Stepsis defuses this game, I feel like. Oh,
I don't
but
think
Dirt
Mac
Man.
got it on.
No, he did.
Did he?
Got it right there on
Oh
the
yes, he did. I
gamer.
think Ox was a little late.
Gets it. Big play. First playing this hard cap extremely tight at the end. Can't blame them. Supplies coming in for the Germans. That meat will take down almost immediately.
This is the best that first has been set up all game.
Yes,
Right here,
absolutely.
like, even when they were taken fourth, their mid wasn't this set up. Let's see.
Just a little over 2 minutes now. We look from the first perspective here. Looking very, very solid. And honestly, if this tank just wants to sit up here, that's would be a great spot. Look at this.
MG's dream right now.
Right, exactly. Smart. Look at that.
You know where they're gonna
Yeah.
come from.
Dr. Clem might be able to line up a little snipe on this MG.
He needs to be making the graphics for the summit schedule. I'm playing.
I would love to know who our next round opponent's gonna be. Yeah,
I think
just,
it may be Merc. Wait, it's 1v8? Oh, then it'll probably be.
oh, is
22nd.
Eric gets killed by Dirt before he's able to get that Gary, but Stepsis says, fine, I'll do it myself. Maybe Trapper can beat her to it, though. I'm not sure. Ooh, J-Mac saves the garrison for a little bit. What was this that went down here?
I'm gonna ask.
Just a truck.
Awesome truck.
You know, gotta get some CS
Man,
here in the last couple minutes.
I haven't seen no tigers besides those two that you showed earlier.
Yeah, 5 Ps must have been having just a really hard time with armor this game. And that's fair considering the territory that they kind of have to push their tanks in. There's a lot of spots that the first can just kind of sit and prevent them from getting there. Yeah, Redacted, this has been a great match. Just 30 seconds here. I haven't seen any sort of commander abilities coming in. But 20 seconds, and first will claim a victory here in this friendly matchup. And what a match it was, honestly. Like, if you guys were here and you caught all this live with us, then you lucked out, because this was one of the better scrims I've streamed in a while. Tons of action the entire time. But first is going to come away with the victory here on train station, Carentan. And what a game it was.
Awesome game. And they're both showing out of both teams.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd watch this matchup, like, honestly, every week. I think if these two teams wanted to set up, like, a reoccurring thing with each other because of how competitive this was, and, you know, I'd be definitely down to cast it and watch it even, just because it's been so much fun.
Makes you wonder though, if 508P was in like Valley, they're competing first as a Valley team.
Right. Right. I mean, I think it's going to be tough to beat one of those teams who lost last night, though. You know what I mean? I think.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
beating a team like ANZR 3-5 or ROFs is very, very difficult. So, I think first versus one of those teams is or any one of those teams is a great matchup as well that I'd love to watch. Like first versus 3-5, especially after what we saw here. I think would be a good match. First versus ANZR, a little rematch.
It's crazy. It's crazy how much has changed when it was first and 3-5 with like Trill.
Right.
And how like the rivalry there. Now it's turned to EXO versus 3-5.
Ooh, tank going down in the last minute for first, but thanks so much for joining me on this one, Snow. This is a pleasure to have you.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to catch up on that 20-second match from last night after you mentioned it, but this was one for the books and a great way to kind of end the competitive weekend. I think for my commendation, I'll give it to Dunn for the invite. Thank you so much for inviting me first, and for 508p for letting me stream this. I don't have anything else to add other than I hope everyone has a great rest of their weekend. Not much left here, but have a great rest of your evening, and we will catch you in for some more Summit action in just a couple weeks now. So stay safe, and if I don't talk to you before the 4th, have a very safe and happy 4th of July. We will see everyone in the next one. Take care, everyone.